Welcome back, guys. It's Kids Coding Playground here. Today we're back for another video in Scratch. Today we'll be designing our own space city. Build a space city. Let's play it. So you see there's a little character and you're basically the leader of this whole space city, and you can build whatever you want. We have our building here, so that's one building, 2 buildings, 3 buildings, 4 buildings, or do you want 5 buildings? So I'm just going to go with 3 buildings, and you can click on these to design your own decorations. So you see our trees, you can on and off, and you have our lights and our dome, so that's pretty cool. Windmills to get some clean energy, and none. So just reset everything. So if you use 5, you turn on everything, and you click this, it'll turn it back. So this is clear all. So yeah, pretty cool. Build your own city, make whatever your creativity says. So yeah, so that's what we'll be creating today. So I'm gonna create the project. So of course we delete the scratch cat, and the first thing we get is a Ripley. So he's our astronaut, and the size is 50 if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's 50. And when the green flag is clicked, it will go to this position, and then we'll go to the front layer. So now we're gonna work on our little thing that holds up the city. So we have our Ripley. So we just finished our Ripley. So now let's get all our sprites in. So we need the dome that holds up the city, the number sprite. So we're gonna choose how much buildings you want, the building itself, the tree or light or windmill, and then we have our trees, our lights over here. So get this one, and our cover or slash dome, and our windmill. That's all our sprites we have. So yeah. So let's go over each sprite. So we're gonna start with the little thing that holds up the building. So we have 2 colors. We put the 2 colors together by using the function, and I'm gonna duplicate so we can, yeah, it's just an oval with the same color. And we have our lines. We just draw lines that are the same color as the oval that have to blend with the same color on the top of the oval so it looks realistic. So, and the outline is 10, so we use that to. So I'm going to draw the oval for you real quick. So we have a circle. We have a circle. And we just reshape it. It looks kind of like a boat. So yeah, we put it over here, and then we click on this little dot and click backup space, and then you can delete that. And now you got your little oval. So now let's move on to the next sprite, sprite 2, also known as the numbers. So it's just a circle and a number inside. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and that's how much buildings you want in each one. So you can write anything inside there. 4 and 5. And then buildings, so my dad drew the buildings, so all of these buildings, so this is building 2, this is the 3 building 1, 4 building 1, 5 building 1, and these are just the individuals. So yeah, we're done with the building, and this is the one, so this is tree, and this is the lights, this is the dome slash cover, and this is the windmill, which is the windmills, and the clear all. So we have all of these, and we have our trees. So we draw a flat square. So let's draw a flat square. So we do that, and we rotate it and reshape to make it look kind of like a parallelogram. So that's the top of our tree, and we do that with the sides. So we can put that on, and then this is just a line. So, yeah, now we're on the lights. So this is just a line with a circle and another circle and another circle. So it's just, yeah, pretty easy to draw. You see, it's just a circle with outline and green outline, and a circle which is all white and a no outline, and there's a little stick for the light, which is 10 thickness. And now we're on the cover. So the cover is just an oval type of shape, cyan color, no outline, yeah. And the windmills are just lines that kind of look like, no, not lines, rectangles and circles that just kind of look, that are just reshaped. So we have our reshape tool, and we can change what the wings of the little windmill, and the circle inside, no outline, gray color. So yeah, this is our review over this this drawing. So now let's begin. But first, let's get our backdrop. So our backdrop is going to be, search up space. So you can either use Space 81, or Space 82, but I'm just going to use Space 82 for this demonstration. And so let's start. We have our Ripley done, and now let's do the dome. So when the green flag is clicked, I have the coordinates, and it'll go to the front layer. Now we're done with that, let's get on the button. So let's go on the button. So when the green flag is clicked, we'll go to the front layer, and it will switch costume to costume 1, and it'll go to, I already have the coordinates, and it'll create a clone of myself. And then when I start as a clone, it will go to the front layer. So as you can see, we have all the different numbers on one sprite. So that's really cool. So we'll teach you how to do that. And it'll switch costume. So we'll switch costume to costume number +1. So it will start going to the next costume. So you see costume number +1, because we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll add up all the costumes. It'll add the costumes. It'll change X by 35. So it'll be the first one, it'll move 35, and then it'll go to the second one, and third one, and fourth one, and fifth one, and that's all in one sprite, and it's pretty cool because it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to change X by 35. And we need an if-then. If-then, you need a not. If-then, the costume number is equal to 5. Can't go more than 5 buildings, because that's the max we have here. Then it will create clone of myself. And now, when this sprite is clicked, when this sprite is clicked, we need to create a new variable. So I'm going to create all of them in one go. So it's called building number. So whatever number your building is on. So we have to finish up our variables. So we have show, hide, cover. So that's our dome. We have show, hide, light. We also have show, hide, tree. These are the trees. And we also have show, hide, and you guessed it, windmill. We have all of our variables now. So we set building number to costume number. So that's going to be whatever costume you choose, how many buildings you choose, 1, 2, 3, whatever, and it'll broadcast a new message called change building. So the next thing we're going to work on is the building itself. So let's click on that. So when the green flag is clicked, it'll go to the position we already have it at. It'll go to the back layer. Because it has to be behind the dome, because if it's in front of the dome, that would not look as good. And it'll switch costume to building 1. And because that's the default one, so it starts out like that. And then when I receive change building, so we have change building, then I'll switch costume to building number. So I'm going to test it out real quick. So we have our numbers already. So 1 building, 2 building, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, yeah. So it seems to be working. So now we're going to work on the sprite to change the trees and windmills and whatever. So when the green flag is clicked, it'll go to the front layer. It'll switch costume to costume 1. And it'll go to X, we already have it the position, and it'll create clone of myself. And then when I start as a clone, it'll go to the front layer. It'll switch costume. So this is the same thing that we did with the other sprite. And it'll switch costume to costume number +1. So you see, I'm gonna add the costumes right now. And now we have that. It'll change X by 40, so it's just a little gap between both of them. And then you need an if then. So if then not. So this is what we did with the other sprite, but it's just a little bit different. So equals 5 if the costume number is equal to 5. Then it will create clone of myself. So we use 5 because we have 5 costumes. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you wanted to add something extra like electricity dome or whatever, you would have to do 6 instead of 5. So keep in mind. So when this sprite is clicked, then it will if then costume number equals 1, which is our trees. So if the costume number is equal to 1, then it'll broadcast show trees. We have a lot of, and then we'll go to the trees later, but let's just finish all of that first. So show trees, and then we duplicate. So if that costume number is equal to 2 this time, then it'll show lights instead of showing trees. And we just duplicate it again. So we have 5 things. So costume number equals 3. Then instead of doing show lights, we have to show dome. And after show dome, if costume number is equal to 4, then instead of showing dome, it'll show windows. Windmills, my bad. Show windmills. And then if the costume number is equal to 5, which is our last costume, which is clear all, then it'll broadcast clear all. So we have all of that code done. Let's just organize it a little bit. So yeah, we have, feel free to pause here, but we also have one more last script of code. So when I receive clear all, then it will set show hide windmill to -1, and then it'll also set show hide light, and show hide cover, and then show hide tree. So we have all of that, and it will be -1. So now we have to go back to sprite 2. So let's go back to sprite 2. So my bad, it was actually not sprite 2, building. So when I receive, not change building, when I receive clear all, then it'll switch costume to building 1. This is the default. You want to switch the costume back to the first one. And now we're done with that. We're also done with sprite 6, which is also our change thing. So now we have to move on to the trees. So when the green flag is clicked, it'll hide, because you might not want trees in your place, but yeah, you might not want trees inside your space city, so it'll hide in the beginning, and it'll go to the position we have it at, and it'll set show hide tree, the one that we made earlier, to -1. And then when I receive clear all, then it'll hide, because you cleared everything, it'll hide. And then when I receive show trees, then it will go to the front layer. It will go backward 1 layer, because it's in the front layer, but it's not like completely in the front. Like there's still one thing in front. You want it to be behind this little, you see this little dome over here that's carrying the building. You want to be behind that. It'll go backward 1 layer, and it'll set show hide tree to show hide tree times -1. So that, and then you need an if then else. So if then else, if then show hide tree is equal to 1, then it will show, because 1 is it will show, else it will hide. So the reason for this is we set show hide tree to -1, and -1 times -1 is 1. So if show hide tree is 1, that means it'll show. So 1 is show, -1 is hide. So and the next time it'll be 1 times -1, which equals -1. So it will hide because you click on it. So let's just try this out. Let's just show. So when you click on the tree, focus on the show hide tree variable. So I'm gonna put it up here so you can see it. So focus on this. So you click on the tree, you see it goes to +1, and that's when the trees spawn. And when you click on it again, it'll be -1, and that's when the trees go. So you can just, yeah. So we're done with the trees, and now I'm gonna do the lights, which is basically the same code, but we just change it a little bit. So we put in everything. So when the green flag is clicked, instead of set show hide tree, oop, my bad. Set show hide tree. Oh yeah, and we need to change the position. It'll set show hide light, because this is the lights. And instead of going to in here, it'll go to here. And then it'll clear all, show, and then show hide light to -1. And then instead of show trees, it's show lights. Then it'll go to the front layer, and it'll go backwards 2 layers because it's going to be behind the trees. So it'll set show hide light to show hide light times -1. Show hide light times -1. And if show hide light is equal to 1, then it'll show, else it'll hide. That's basically the same code. So let's do it for the cover. So let's put this on the cover. So yeah, let's do this. So we have to change the position again over here, and then we need to go to the cover. So, and we'll actually add something extra, and we'll set the ghost effect so it looks cooler. So it'll set ghost effect. Oh, set, my bad. Ghost effect to 50. Look cooler. And instead of set show hide light, it's going to be show hide cover. And that's the same. And it'll, instead of receive show lights, it's show dome. And we don't have go to front layer or go backwards 2 layers. And we put this on, and we go show hide light. Instead of doing show hide light, we do show hide cover. And we change this one to show hide cover. And we change this to show hide cover. And yeah. So to change this variable, if you don't know, you right click and then you can select whatever you want, but we're going to do show hide cover because that's the one for this one. And then we're going to do windmill, so bear with me, this is the last one. So we're going to drag this all in. So let's go to our windmill here. So instead of setting ghost effect, we don't have that anymore. And we'll go to a different position. So what is this position? And I'll set show hide windmill. And when I receive show windmill, then it will go to the front layer. So we need that again, go to the front layer. Go to the front layer, and then it'll also go backwards 3 layers. So it's actually going to be behind the trees and the lights. And we have go backwards 3 layer, and then it'll, instead of set show hide cover, it's show hide windmill. Instead of show hide cover, it's show hide windmill over here, and then show hide windmill. Oopsies. Show hide windmill over here. So we should be done. So let's try it out. So I'm going to hide all the variables first. So let's go to variables. Bam, 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 bam. So let's test it out. Full screen. So I'm going to click on tree. Works. Turn it off. Turn it on. Lights. Work. Turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it off. The cover. Windmill. And clear all. So let's click some random stuff. Clear all. Works as well. So, and the building number 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do everything. So yeah, it seems like it works. So good job for today. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below what else content you want for us to post. And we might do that idea. So anyway, see you guys next time.